So today we want to talk about one of the most important subjects in the forex market. We are going to start with the support and resistance. So we're looking at support and resistance. Now, support and resistance is an important subject in the forex market. It is an important subject in the forex market because it is the foundation of where everything lies. Now, how can we identify support and resistance? There are a lot of videos out there trying to show you how to locate your support and resistance, but in a basic way, in a dummy way, this is how you're going to do it. A support tells you about demand in the market. It's an indication that there is demand in the market. Anywhere you see support, it means that the demand for that asset is very high. While resistance is showing you that there are a lot of supply in the market. Resistance shows that there are a lot of supply in the market. How do we easily identify this? It is simple. For support, whenever a candle is on its way going down and it gets to a point and it starts reversing up, that point where it starts going up is what we call support. So this point is what we call support. It is support because there are lots of buyers in this place. So this point, there are a lot of buyers. There are a lot of buyers in this place. It is very important for you to understand this concept because you're going to meet support and resistance everywhere you go in the market. Now, let me show you for resistance. This thing is pretty easy. So whenever price is going up and it gets to a point and it starts coming down, that point where it could no longer go is what we call resistance. Is what we call resistance. It is resistance because there are a lot of sellers in this region. There are a lot of sellers in this region. Now, understanding the concept why price fall or why there are sellers here in the market, the psychology behind this would help you to understand the market better. Now, let me show you something. Let me show you something very important. Something that most people don't understand. You need to start seeing the first market like everything you do every day. For example, when there are lots of sellers, there are a lot of sellers in a particular point, in a particular region. So let's say there's a seller, there are a lot of sellers in a region, in the market. Price is definitely going to fall. Price is definitely going to fall because there are lots of sellers. Let's say the sellers are in this 1.034 price. Let's say Euro USD. There are a lot of sellers here. When we say there are a lot of sellers, we are trying to say that many people have placed sell orders here. There are a lot of sell orders. There are a lot of sell orders at this region, at this point. Because there are a lot of sell orders at that point, when price gets to that point, when price is going to that point, it's going to fulfill those orders. It's going to fulfill those orders. So as it's fulfilled those orders, price is definitely going to fall. The same thing happens with support. For support, it is the opposite. Support, let's say at this point, there are lots of, let's say Euro USD, there are lots of buyers. There are lots of buyers at this point. It means that buying orders are much in this region. There are lots of buying orders here. What that means is that when price starts dropping here, it's going to fulfill the order. It's going to fulfill orders for buyers. So price or market is heading towards regions where they are going to fulfill order, where it's going to fulfill orders. So as it's fulfilling these orders, price will start going up. While it doesn't move like this, price doesn't move in one direction. It may go like this, so giving us higher highs and higher lows. So this region where price hits and start going up is what we call our support. I hope that is clear. So now let me show you something very important that we need to look at as we plot our support. What are the time frames? The best time frames to use. What are the best time frames to use in order for you to get the actual best support or resistance? We double down from the weekly. We use the weekly, we use the daily, we use the hourly, and maybe 30 minutes. When you check these ones, you are going to get strong support, strong resistance. So always check this for your support and resistance. So I'm going to take you to my system and show you how this can be done. So in continuation, welcome guys. So in continuation of what we are actually discussing, so let us look at how we want to map out our support and resistance using time frames, key time frames that will give us the exact support and resistance so that we can easily see our support and resistance. So what we are going to do is we are going to look at time frames that are worth looking at. So we want to start with the monthly time frame. So the monthly time frame, so let's go to the monthly time. So we are currently at the monthly time frame right now. So how do we do it? It's simple. You draw your horizontal line. These things are very easy. So I'm trying to make this a lot easier for anyone so that you can be able to do this at free will. So the first thing to do is to draw these lines. Take note, we are looking at where price gets to, a major place price gets to before it starts going up. We are looking at the support. So this, for me, it's a valid support because price was on its way down and it got to this point and it started going up, and since then it has started going up. So I'm going to map this place as one of the key zones, like a valid area. Then I would also let me clone this. Let me clone it so that it becomes easier to just take. So let's move it to another one. Okay, so this place is also another key zone. This area is also another key zone. We are going to do more of this because we want to be sure that we do not leave any stone unturned. Okay, so let's take notes of areas where I am placing my support and resistance. I am looking at where price hits and start reversing. That's what I'm looking at. So let me go for another one. It's very, very important to do this. So these are areas where price gets to and they start going up. It starts reversing. Let's do another. So by the time we are done, our chart may be filled up with lots of lines, but don't worry about that. Let's see, is there another one? Yes, up. So this place is another line, another place to look at. Is there any other one? Yes, I can see this. I can see this spot. I can see this spot. I can see this spot. So let me do another. I think this would be the last point. Okay, and I can see this point too. This is another point. Why you might look at it and say, okay, this is not that valid. It would shock you what price will do to those areas as we go down to the lower time frame. As we go down, this is monthly time frame. So look at this. This is what I was actually looking at. Okay, so now that we've done this, we can just scroll a bit. Okay, let's stay here for now. Let's stay here for now. Let me see. Let's stay here for now. Okay, so now let's go to, assuming this is what we're able to do, let's go to the next time frame. The next time frame will be weekly. Let's see if we can still plot some other things on the weekly. So I'll zoom out a bit. What am I seeing now? I can see other places that I was unable to see in the previous time frame, which is the monthly. So as you keep going to lower time frame, you will still see more. But like I said, just stop at 4 hours. 4 hours is okay. 4 hours is okay. 4 hours, 1 hour is okay. So I've been able to see this because price got to this point and start going up. Okay, take note of what I'm doing. This is how you plot your support and resistance. There is no other way you can do this. This is one way you do. So now let's look at this. I can see what price is doing here. Price got to this point and start reversing downward. So there's a resistance at that point. There's another one here. So let's clone this. Don't worry about how your chart is. You might not need all of these, but it will help you as you proceed. Just watch what I'm doing. Follow me closely. Follow me closely. So these points are valid. Take note, we're talking about the weekly time frame. So these points are valid. These are point of interest to us. These are point of interest to us. These are points of interest to us on a weekly time frame. Don't joke with it. So let's see. Let's create another of this horizontal line, and let's put it here. You will be so surprised what price will do at those points. Okay, there's also one here. Don't worry, it's just the way you're supposed to do it. So just keep these lines like this, and I can hear you shouting, wow, these lines are so much. Don't worry, these lines are going to help you in getting out of a market before it starts going south or start going north. So now these are some of the ones we're able to see in this weekly time frame. It might even get to the daily time frame, and we might just not do anything because it will just show us what price is actually doing. So now that we've mapped it, let's see what price is doing. Let's see what price has been doing. Okay, so let's see. So I'm sure you're seeing what is happening here. So let's go back a bit and see what has transpired thus far with price. Did you notice how price actually maintain and respect those lines? Look at it. Some of those lines that we've drawn. Look at it. Look at how it's it works like crazy. Look at them. It works like crazy. It works. Now it is not just about the lines, it is the zones. It is the zone. So now let us go to 4 hours. This is where you're going to see a lot. This is where you're going to see a lot. So now look at it. Look at what price is doing. Just take a look at what price is doing. Look at this point of interest. Price got to this point of interest. Look at another point of interest. Are you seeing how valid those lines are finally becoming to us? Now, let me explain something shortly. Like I said in the other part of the video, when price is coming down, it hits support. It means that there are lots of buyers there's a high demand for that asset. It also means that there are lots of people who believe that the price of this asset would go up, would increase in value. So most of them must have placed a buying order. That is the psychology of what is happening. They must have placed a buying order. Now markets or the algorithm will move down to where these orders are and fulfill these orders. As it fulfill this order, the larger chunk of liquidity, the more the money is on the buy side than the sell side, the more the price will move. When it gets to this point where there is resistance, there are lots of people who feel that the price is going to fall. So they sold their assets. When they get to this point, they sold it out. And the large chunk of people selling and the large chunk of liquidity that is there in the sell side is far more greater than the one on the buy side. The price falls. When it gets to this point, the people there who believe the price is going to rise, so they start buying. That is exactly what is happening. And look at how it is respecting these zones. So do not joke with your support and resistance. So that is how far we can go for now. Look at how valid those lines are. So when you plot your support and resistance, it helps you understand where market is heading to. It keeps you safe. Sometimes when you're in the market, you might see price moving towards the support zone. If you're on a sell, you know it's time to get out. If you're on a buy, it's going to resistance, you know it's time to leave the market. Okay, so I'll be dropping more videos, tutorial for beginners, for intermediate, for advanced students. So kindly subscribe to my channel and like and share, and I'll meet you on the next one. Thank you very much, guys. See you on the next one. Bye for now.